this data is, for very simple reason. Generally, when we have a sort of a conversation, we assume that the BJP is absent in South India. So I'm just putting up the data of 2024 for the fact that the party is present in all the South states. They might not have seats, they might not have big Lok Sabha numbers, but they are present. This is not Bharatiya Janata Party of 1990s. This is BJP of 2024. Well, keeping that aside, the
just to add on that, my comment was not, in context of you putting out the numbers, in context of the general discussion that is happening. You have the southern parties claiming that the BJP has no foothold in South India. You have the BJP saying that we do have a foothold, and here you are, presenting the actual factual state. But I think that should not matter. Whether they have a number in South India or not, it should not matter.
Okay, now let's get back to Stalin, because that's where the debate started from. That's where the point of, I would say, second narrative stemmed from. It stemmed from his son. The entire Sanatan issue he raised. The matter went to the Supreme Court of India. Let me play out a bite of Revanth Reddy now.
Government of India and Bharatiya Janata Party is conspiring against southern states in the name of delimitation. Delimitation is going to limitation for South. This is not delimitation. This is limitation for South. At any cost, we are not going to accept that limitation. We are paying more tax than North India. We are more entrepreneurs. We are contributing everything for the nation. But Bharatiya Janata Party wants to settle score against South India.
Okay. Now, my question, Nimble, to you is, do you think that the Stalin has been able to unite South parties on the issue of population, delimitation, language, education and identity? Because it's not only Revanth Reddy, even Chandrababu Naidu has been openly talking about, having more children. So it's not limited to DMK Congress. Chandrababu Naidu is in alliance with Bharatiya Janata Party and he's spoken on similar lines. Nirmal.
I think eventually the South Indian states will fall in line. And the reason, there are two reasons for that. One, all of them, as you mentioned earlier in the graph, is ideologically aligned. Kerala is left, Tamil Nadu is left, and then we have Congress in Karnataka, which is center-left, Telangana, center-left. So they're all ideologically aligned. That's one. Two, they will all be on the receiving end by the end of delimitation 2026. If it happens, they will be at the receiving end. So there is a likelihood that they will all fall in line and they will probably take the same stand as Stalin. And everything that Revanth Reddy said in that clip, I agree with, because if, some people say, you don't have to worry about it because census hasn't even started. Sometimes you might have the same number of seats and there will be a tiny proportion change. But what happens here is we're not looking at the longer picture, because as of now, if you look at fertility rates, Uttar Pradesh is at 3.4, even after all of these years of trying to educate people about having lesser children. 3.4. Bihar is at 3. Look at the south. Kerala, the state that I'm from, has a fertility rate of 1.5. Along with that, we have a migration problem. More than 5 lakh people leave each year to study and to migrate to countries outside of India. Tamil Nadu is at 1.4, Karnataka at 1.5, Andhra at 1.5, Telangana at 1.6. And so if you look at 2026, you could make the argument that there will only be a slight change. But what happens in 2036, in 2046? So basically, if you draw a line till 2050, you're looking at a picture where the South has very less representation, that it will almost become negligible.
The devil's advocate, the issue which Mr. Sekhar actually touched upon, and I'll go back to it. Do you think that by relying increasingly on population, delimitation, Sanatan Dharma, language, education, identity, Stalin is trying to ruffle his administrative record, which is under tremendous criticism from political parties?
Sir, this is not as on date that the population census itself has not taken place. Secondly, the Home Minister very clearly said in Coimbatore that as on date, there is no discussion on it. Even if it comes, we guarantee that the southern states are not losing any number of seats. This is what the guarantee given by the Home Minister. Under these circumstances, all these points today, the DMK is rising only due to one reason. Exactly within another 13 months, they have to face the election. They don't have anything to prove that for the performance. When they don't have anything to prove for the performance, they are taking national education policy, or they are trying to take delimitation, or they are trying to divert the attention of the people with changing the symbol. Like that, small thing doing. Simple reason is they are thinking that people are still in 1967. So it is their model, Dravidian model, always try to shift the focus on other area, from progress to other area. They are not able to prove to the government. We formed the government in 2021. We progressed like this. We brought development to this extent. Nothing they are able to prove as on date. So to divert the attention of the people, they are trying to do with this small petty things.
Mr. Sekhar,
what they happened in
two principal
1967.
parties in South India, ADMK and DMK, are both Dravidian models. There is no third model.
Sir,
is there a second model in Tamil Nadu, sir?
Sir, the BJP is only the third model which is coming inside the picture. In 1967, Congress surrendered to any one of the DMKs. Either ADMK or DMK, they surrendered. Sir, I was the student in 1967. Why this anti-DMK came into the India, Tamil Nadu, I know very well. It is the Congress policy. Congress want to rule the center, so they surrendered. Somehow, we want to remove Kamaraj from the state. How to remove Kamaraj? Yeah.